Hi, I'm Mila Martinez, editor of Shark Diver Magazine, and this is my video blog for sharkdivermag.com. Before I get started, I want to do a quick shout out and a big thank you to our new camera sponsor for our website and our blog, which is Fumfie camera company, Fumfie.com. They're providing us, providing us with our gear and helping us with all our technical needs. So thank you very much. We really appreciate it. Without your guys' support means everything to us. The basics of shark diving, really where to start, equipment, where do you go, should I do cage dive versus open water, shark species, chum versus natural encounter. This is something I should have done a long time ago, and so I'm going to start this now. And it's not really something I can do over one blog because I try to keep my blogs short so I don't bore you guys, but it'll be over a series of different blogs. Once I do this first one, then I'll see what I missed, see what I wanted to add or what I should have added, and go on from there. So I guess I want to kick this one off with, how do you start? So you want to go shark diving. How do you start? Where do you go? What do you do? My best recommendation for anybody who really wants to start shark diving, first and foremost, is go to the web, google.com, and just start asking your questions. And Mr. Google will answer anything any question that you have. There, Mr. Google's pretty much got an answer for. You want to start there, from equipment to training, knowledge about sharks, so on and so forth. That is a great resource, and I recommend that anybody go out, anybody that's looking to go somewhere and do some kind of shark diving, that's where you start. There's over 400 different kinds of sharks in the world. And of those 400 different kinds of sharks, maybe 50 to 60 of them are diveable. What I mean by diveable is, of the 400, if you want to see the rest of those sharks, you're either going to have to use a fisherman's hook to pull them up, or a submarine or some kind of ROV to drop down to the depth to see the rest of the species. Of those 50 or 60 sharks, maybe 10 to 15 of them require chum to see them. The rest of them can be seen naturally, natural encounters where you don't need chum or fish blood to see those species of sharks. Of the 50 or 60, maybe 5 of them can only be seen using snorkel or some kind of rebreather, because scuba diving bubbles, they don't like the bubbles. They're not going to go near you without it. So you need to be really quiet. Again, sharks by nature are skittish. They're very shy animals, so they tend to stay away from loud noises or really just odd movements. So snorkel again or rebreather is the only way you're going to see these animals. Okay, now you've decided you want to see a shark. Do I need to be scuba certified to see a shark, or can I get away with just a mask, fin, and snorkel? You do not need to be scuba certified to see a shark. That is false. You can get away with mask, fin, and snorkel. You need to learn how to use your equipment. My recommendation is, if you're going to be just using mask and snorkel to go see sharks, go down to your local pool and do the work. Learn to use your equipment, because when you're out in the ocean, never forget, the ocean is alive. It's always moving, always changing, and it's really extremely important that when you're out there, you're not fighting your equipment, that you know how to use it properly. There's nothing worse than dropping into the ocean and fighting your mask or choking on your snorkel because you don't know how to use it properly. I've seen it way too many times. So learn to use your equipment regardless of what it is, whether it's scuba or snorkel. Snorkel is a great way to view sharks. It's a very intimate way to encounter sharks, because it's quiet. The sharks are a lot bolder, and they come in a lot closer when you're on snorkel. The downside is you're very limited to what you can do on snorkel. I mean, unless you're extremely proficient free diver, the time that you're actually going to get to spend with sharks is limited, because sharks tend to drop down or move away. And if you're not a very good free diver, you're stuck at the surface while the sharks are swimming around. Scuba diving is a fantastic way to encounter sharks. Although it's very limiting, it's quite the opposite of what snorkeling is, because snorkeling is quiet. It's a very intimate way to interact and encounter sharks. because the sharks are, you're not making any sound, so they're more curious, so they're willing to come in. However, with scuba, sharks are a little more standoffish because you're making a lot of noise. It's just it's very awkward. The bubbles that you're blowing out, sharks are going to be a little more intimidated by you. Some species of sharks won't even go near you. But the upside is that you're able to explore places that you can't on snorkel. So there's upsides and downsides to both of them. I think they're both good, and as long as you remember as a shark diver that snorkel and scuba, they're tools. That's not about blowing bubbles, and it's not about free diving all the time. These are just different ways to encounter the shark. And I don't care if I got a pump that I got to put under my arm. And whatever it takes to see the shark, that's what we do.